Welcome to the PathMonk Presents podcast. We are super excited about our guest today. She's the marketing director at Appit Ventures, Lauren Jones. Welcome to the show, Lauren.
Thanks, Sean. I'm happy to be here.
Okay, so we're just going to start off. We usually start off by finding out about your company at, say, like a 30,000 foot view. A 30,000 airplane view. That was my attempt to sound smart. But why don't you just tell us about Appit and I'll stop talking.
So Sean, Appit is a custom software development company. We're based out of Denver, Colorado, one of the big tech hubs in the United States. We are a rather large team, but we actually are international. We are headquartered here in Denver, but we have a team of developers in Hyderabad, India. We also have a team in San Jose, Costa Rica. Primarily, our team focuses on application development, including web apps, mobile apps. We're definitely dabbling in other things as well, though, including API integrations, building databases, upgrading legacy systems. So I guess you could say when it comes to custom software, it's a really wide range of things that we do. But to simplify it down, we build custom applications that help businesses scale and grow.
Wow, that is a lot, and you said it really clearly. That's amazing. So with building applications, is this just for Fortune 500 companies, big companies, or is this also for smaller companies like the mom and pop shop down the street that needs to develop some sort of software because now they have to sell everything online? Tell us a little bit more about your clientele.
So I like to call Appit industry agnostic. We actually will work with small companies from founders, individuals, to larger companies, enterprise level organizations. And it spans industries as well. We primarily focus on healthcare, health and wellness. We've worked with a lot of different companies that focus in that area. We also work in the industrial space, so that can include manufacturing, shipping and logistics, high-tech manufacturing, oil and gas. It also spans to consumer products, things that, everyday people, you and me, would be using here on our phone, the apps that you look at all the time. It's really a wide range, but I will say it makes it all the more fun as a marketer. So
yeah,
always industry agnostic.
Learning and growing. Yeah, you have to stay on your toes. So looking at the website, right? Like you guys have a beautiful website. What would be what's the purpose of your website? Would it be kind of your top acquisition for clients using the website, or what does the website do to draw in customers?
That's a really great question. The website is really, I like to call it a multifaceted machine. It does a lot of different things. So our website is if you look at it as the ultimate landing page, it's ultimately where you want to send people who have somehow found your services through words like mobile app development or web app development, custom software, healthcare application development. So our website serves multiple purposes. It's there obviously with a design element to delight and to provide a positive user experience that hopefully gets someone to want to get on the phone and talk to Appit about building their app. It also serves as a tool where we capture data about the people who are looking at our services. We want to be able to qualify them and know where they're coming from, what they're clicking on, what they're doing, what words they found us by, and specifically what pages within the greater multifaceted system they're going to get a deeper understanding of what it is that they actually might want before we take them down the funnel to someone on our sales team. So it's kind of a long-winded question or long-winded answer, but it does a lot of different things.
I'm going to try and nail you down here, though. If you were to kind of say what would be the strength of it, what would you say that is?
If I had to pick one strength of the website, I mean, the website is our highest converting marketing piece. You can do a lot to really track down, where a sales lead actually came from, but ultimately the website is what's capturing that person and pulling them into the next stage of the cycle.
Absolutely. So as a company, you always got to be aware of the areas improving. If you guys were to say, I'm sure your website doesn't have any sort of need for improvement, but if you were to say something, even, what you think in your mind, if our website could do this better for us, what would you say to that?
So Sean, marketers, we tend to be pretty hard on ourselves. There's a lot of things,
So this is,
right?
All right, well, keep it, obviously the abridged version would be great.
Sure, sure. So, websites are a constant project. You're never truly done. And there's a saying that someone close to me says, if you ever feel like you're done, you should probably retire, right? So it's a constant work in progress. We are A/B testing pages. We're trying to figure out what we can do better because you can see what kind of traffic you're driving, but if you have specific conversion goals, you want to reach those goals. And if you're not reaching those
Right.
goals, then it's a continuous grind.
And so for just coming back to the product for a second, what you guys do for the people that are listening, what would you say would be the main competitive advantage that you guys offer opposed to other people? You can brag a little bit.
Don't
There's
mind if I
space in the
do.
show for it.
All right. So one of the things that sets Appit apart, we're well known for mobile app development in Denver, Colorado. We've been around for about 10 years. And we have a blended model for development that includes nearshore, onshore, and offshore. What that allows our clients to do is they can still get fast turnaround times. They can get their applications delivered rapidly at a cost-effective price, which is a little bit different depending on what type of development model you're going with. We can provide all three. So it gives clients the comfort and convenience of working with a local team and a local project manager, but also that quality assurance, speed of delivery, and cost effectiveness that our model allows for. We have a really talented team of developers that can pretty much cover all the different programming languages. And if you need an application built, chances are we're going to know that language. We're going to assign the right delivery team to produce it at the best cost
Mhm.
and within your timeline.
Amazing. Yeah. So you have a history you are a marketer. I have a history in sales. Just looking, so we're kind of zooming in a little bit more structurally how you guys work. Seems like, at least from my experience, the marketing people always have all these ideas, and the sales people always are looking at the numbers and thinking this actually doesn't work what you want to do. But why don't you talk about how your sales and marketing is structured?
Yes, sales and marketing, we are kind of two sides of the same coin. We're very similar. We obviously have similar goals and different goals. We operate very differently day to day, but a lot of what we do is working towards the same collective goal. So the relationship between sales and marketing is extremely important. I
Yeah.
meet with my sales team probably 2, 3 times a week, and we're going over everything from content to make sure that the messaging is completely on par with the sales cycle. We are going through to make sure that we've basically factored in any changes that we're looking to make within our sales process and brought them back to the forefront of marketing. It's this constant ebb and flow of really understanding, okay, what does sales need? Is marketing providing that information? And then getting feedback. And this is the most important piece, is getting feedback from people who are in the sales process, from the sales team, to provide that to me. I can give you a perfect example. I've only been at Appit for about a year now, but when I came on, there was a question from someone on the sales team about, hey, I had a question from a client or someone who was interested in our services who didn't really understand the development process. And when we actually dug in a little, we're like, oh, this isn't quite that clear. So what we really tried to do with the website this year, because we completely rebranded, redid our website and everything on our digital presence, was make sure that that process was really clear and straightforward. So we really distilled that down. And that was the direct result of working with the sales team on making that process and impression better.
Yeah. Communication obviously is the key to, I mean, everything in life, right? Whether it's relationships, whether it's business, anything. Yeah, that's definitely something that like painting, you just have to go over it a couple times every time, try and strengthen it, bring out its best colors. I couldn't agree more.
And
Okay, so now
every
we're just
marketer
gonna,
should do sales.
what's that?
I was about to say every marketer should take a job in sales for one time, at least in their career. I think it's super valuable.
Yeah, have you done that?
I have, yes. I detoured for about a year to do sales just to get a better understanding of how, the pressures that sales teams go through. So I would highly recommend that as part of your career in marketing.
Great. So if you're listening out there and you're a marketer, see if you can intern in the sales department for a couple weeks, only a couple weeks, but and
Might
then
just
you
be a
can
couple weeks.
learn a little bit. Okay, so now kind of talking a little bit more about you yourself. You said you've only been at Appit, excuse me, for a year. What is the kind of content that you consume to educate yourself, to continue to grow as a professional, as a person. Yeah, talk to us a little bit about that.
I'm happy to. I would say if I had to focus my attention on three different areas, it would be on systems, process. So that goes to our CMS or content management system, using Salesforce, Pardot, getting better with that on my own, and then spending a lot of time looking at what's actually going on in the market, what our competitors are doing, what they're talking about. I spend a lot of time doing keyword research. Our SEO optimization is one of the biggest drivers to our website, more so than PPC ads, more so than social media, more so than referrals. That's really how we are driving people to our site. So a lot of what competitors are doing, a lot of systems and personal development, and then spending time connecting with other people in marketing and other people in my network. I think that's been the hardest thing, Sean, about this year with 2020 is, I'm a little bit of a social butterfly. I'm really used to doing events in my past marketing gigs, and I see that opportunity for Appit, and I look forward to getting back to it. But in the meantime, you can't lose connections with people that you've connected with and that you
Right.
vibe with and that you've worked with. It's important to manage your personal and professional reputation as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to change gears for a second. And I actually, just so you know, at home, people, I have not told Lauren that we're going to enter into rapid fire. This is actually the time of the show where I just start asking questions about everything. And you just
Great.
have to answer as quick as possible. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no music right now, but maybe when we go back and add the recording, there will be some sort of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire type stressful, ominous music in the background. But we're going to go into it. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay, what was the last book you read? And be honest.
I read Oprah Winfrey's, I read Michelle Obama's book. But I'm a big Oprah fan as well.
I was about to say, that doesn't sound like you're lying at all. What is the single focus of your company at the moment? What is the thing you're most focused on?
Q1 sales.
If there were no boundaries in technology, what would be the one thing that you'd want to have fixed for your company?
Oh my gosh, rapid fire question. If there were no boundaries, what would I want to fix with technology? I would want to make the website so smart that we could implement artificial intelligence and have it run itself.
Right. And then go on a long vacation.
And yes, take a 6-month long vacation. I'd
What's
still
the
probably want to work though. Maybe a little bit.
What's the one thing about your company that's kept you awake at night? Or what's the last thing about your company that's kept you awake at night?
I love my team. We really have a great group of people. I'm really fortunate. I have a wonderful leader who genuinely cares about the well-being of her team, and I don't ever want to let them down. I think that's what keeps me going every day and every night. And I wouldn't call it something that keeps me up in a negative way, but it keeps me going. It's a fire that is definitely lit. It doesn't burn out.
Okay, and just to wrap up here, we give our guests the last word. So the floor is yours. If there's anything, if you just want to, if anybody forgets what you've talked about at all about Appit, why don't you just give us the one thing they should remember?
We believe in the power of technology for good to solve real world, everyday problems that organizations and businesses are having. And we are more so consultants than we are sales. So whatever your need is, we're happy to at least talk to you about it and tell you what your options are. I'm truly, truly proud of the people that I work with and can say genuinely that you will have a great experience whether you work with Appit or not.
Great. That was Lauren Jones from appitventures.com. Check them out. Guys, have a good week. We'll see you next time.